Jason had always been fascinated by the world of design and craftsmanship. Ever since he was a child, he had spent countless hours in his father's workshop watching as raw pieces of wood were transformed into beautiful functional furniture. As he grew older, his interest evolved into a passion for unique designs and vibrant colors. He loved the way a splash of color could bring a piece to life and make it stand out in any room. This year, Jason was determined to take his passion to the next level by entering the local DIY furniture contest. It was a prestigious event in their small town, attracting skilled artisans and enthusiastic amateurs alike. The competition was fierce and the stakes were high, but Jason was undeterred. He decided that his entry would be a round epoxy table, a project that would challenge his skills and push his creativity to its limits. The first step in his journey was to conceptualize the design. Jason spent hours sketching and refining his ideas, trying to strike the perfect balance between functionality and aesthetics. He envisioned a table with a clear epoxy surface that would encase a burst of vibrant colors and intricate patterns. The table would be both a practical piece of furniture and work of art, a testament to his unique vision. With his design finalized, Jason turned his attention to gathering the materials he would need. He scoured local hardware stores and online suppliers for the best quality wood, epoxy resin and pigments. He wanted every element of his table to be of the highest standard, ensuring that the final product would be as beautiful and durable as possible. As he began the construction process, Jason quickly realized that creating the perfect round epoxy table was going to be far more challenging than he had anticipated. The first major hurdle came when he tried to cut the wooden base into a perfect circle. Despite his careful measurement and meticulous approach, the wood kept splintering and chipping at the end. Frustrated but undeterred, Jason decided to invest in a high-quality circular saw, hoping that the right tool would make all the difference. With his new saw in hand, Jason managed to cut the wooden base to his satisfaction. Next, he sanded the surface meticulously, ensuring it was smooth and free of any imperfections. This step was crucial because any flaws in the wood would be magnified once the epoxy was poured. Jason's attention to detail paid off, and he finally had a flawless wooden base ready for the next stage. Creating the epoxy mixture was a delicate process that required precision and patience. Jason carefully measured the resin and hardener, mixing them together to form a clear glossy substance. He added pigment to create the vibrant colors he had envisioned, blending them together to form a mesmerizing swirl of hues. Pouring the epoxy onto the wooden base was a nerve-wracking experience, as any mistake could ruin weeks of hard work. As the epoxy began to set, Jason encountered another unexpected setback. Tiny air bubbles started to form beneath the surface, threatening to mar the smooth glass-like finish he was aiming for. Panicking, he quickly researched solutions and discovered that using a heat gun could help to eliminate the bubbles. With steady hands and a focused mind, Jason carefully applied heat to the surface, watching in relief as the bubble dissipated. Just as he thought he had overcome the worst of the challenges, disaster struck. A sudden power outage caused the epoxy to cure unevenly, leaving unsightly ripples and blemishes on the surface. Jason was devastated. All his hard work seemed to be for nothing. But after taking a deep breath and giving himself a moment to regroup, he realized that he couldn't give up. This contest was too important for him, and he had come too far to let a setback stop him. Determined to fix the problem, Jason decided to sand down the uneven surface and apply a second layer of epoxy. It was a risky move, as each additional layer added more weight and complexity to the table. But Jason was willing to take the chance. He sanded the surface meticulously, ensuring it was level and smooth, then prepared another batch of epoxy. This time, Jason was extra cautious, monitoring the curing process closely and using the heat gun to eliminate any air bubbles that formed. As the second layer of the epoxy set, he was relieved to see that it had cured evenly, creating a smooth glossy finish that highlighted the vibrant colors beneath. The table was finally starting to come together, and Jason felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. As the deadline for the contest approached, Jason found himself working long hours in his workshop, often late into the night. He was exhausted, but he knew that every minute counted. He carefully sanded and polished the epoxy surface, ensuring it was as smooth and shiny as possible. He also crafted steady stylish legs for the table, attaching them securely to the wooden base. With just days to go for the contest, Jason encountered yet another challenge. One of the table legs had developed a wobble, threatening to destabilize the entire piece. Frustrated but undeterred, Jason decided to reinforce the leg with additional support, using brackets and screws to ensure it was steady and secure. It was a painstaking process, but this perseverance paid off and the table was finally complete. On the day of the contest, Jason carefully transported his table to the exhibition hall. He was nervous but excited, eager to see how his creation would be received by the judges and the public. As he set up his table in the displayed area, he couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Despite the numerous setbacks and challenges, he had created something truly unique and beautiful. The competition was fierce, with many impressive entries from talented artisans and DIY enthusiasts. Jason walked around the exhibition hall, admiring the creativity and craftsmanship on display. But as he looked at the other entries, he couldn't help but feel a pang of doubt. Would his table stand out among so many incredible pieces? Had he done enough to impress the judges? As the judges missed their rounds, Jason watched nervously as they examined his table. They inspected the craftsmanship, the design, and the finish, discussing the observations in harsh tones. Jason's heart pounded in his chest as they moved on to the next entry, leaving him to wonder what they thought of his work. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. The judges gathered at the front of the hall to announce the winners. Jason stood among the other contestants, his hands clammy with anticipation. The head judge began by praising the high level of skill and creativity on display, noting that choosing the winners had been a difficult task. As they announced the third and second place winners, Jason's heart sank. His name hadn't been called, and he feared that he hadn't placed at all. But then, to his astonishment, the head judge announced the first place winner, Jason, for his stunning round epoxy table. The crowd erupted in applause as Jason stepped forward to accept his award. He was overwhelmed with emotion, barely able to believe that he had won. The judges praised his innovative design, his use of vibrant colors, and his meticulous craftsmanship. They noted that his table was not only beautiful but also functional, a perfect blend of art and utility. As he stood on the stage, holding his trophy, Jason reflected on the journey that had brought him here. The countless hours of hard work, the setbacks and challenges, and the moments of doubt and frustration had all been worth it. He had discovered a resilience and creativity within himself that he hadn't known existed. Winning the contest was a dream come true, but for Jason, the real reward was the journey itself. He had learned so much about himself and his crafts, and he felt a renewed sense of confidence and determination. He knew that this was just the beginning of his journey as a designer and craftsman, and he couldn't wait to see where his passion and creativity would take him next. In the days and weeks that followed the contest, Jason received numerous inquiries and offers from people who had seen his table and were impressed by his work. He began taking on custom orders, creating unique pieces for clients who appreciated his eye for design and his dedication to quality. His small workshop soon became a bustling hub of activity filled with the sounds of saws, sanders, and the steady hum of creativity. As his business grew, Jason never forgot the lessons he had learned during the contest. He continued to push himself, experimenting with new materials and techniques, always striving to create pieces that were both beautiful and functional. He took pride in every piece he created, knowing that each one was a testament to his passion and perseverance. Years later, as he looked around his thriving workshop, Jason couldn't help but smile. He had come a long way since those early days, and his journey was far from over. He was still driven by the same passion for unique designs and vibrant colors, and he knew that there was countless more challenges and opportunities ahead. But no matter what the future held, he was ready to face it with the same determination and creativity that had brought him this far. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and mind brimming with ideas, Jason continued to create, to dream, and to inspire. For he had discovered that true success wasn't just about winning contests or earning accolades, but about finding joy and fulfillment in the journey itself. And in that journey, he had found his true calling. Consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this.